using results to plan instruction. The communication matrix results may help parents and educators to decide upon general communication goals given the individual's current skills. In general, an individual should be allowed to perform at his or her current level of mastery while being steadily encouraged to progress to the next logical level of communication. First, ask yourself, what is the learner's primary level of communication? This might be the level that he uses most often to communicate, the level at which she's able to express the greatest variety of different messages, or the level at which his communication shows the greatest mastery. Then ask yourself, what higher levels of communication does the learner use to communicate? You may decide to work on increasing competence at any of the levels that the learner uses now, beginning with the primary level. Less often, you may decide to address a completely new level of communication. We recommend that you target no more than 2 levels at the same time. Note that every learner will not move through every one of the 7 levels depending on their cognitive, sensory, and motor skills. Now look at the matrix profile and ask yourself, which of the 24 messages does the learner communicate now, and where are the gaps in what she can communicate about? Consider targeting new messages that the learner really wants or needs to express, but don't forget to encourage her to master messages that are still at the emerging stage. Finally, ask yourself, what specific behaviors do you want to focus on? Look at the communication skills list to see which behaviors the learner uses to communicate. You may continue working on current behaviors. You may also decide to target a different communicative behavior that provides a more sophisticated or more reliable means of expression. Always take into account the child's motor, fine motor, and vocal abilities, as well as any sensory limitations that may make it difficult or impossible for the child to produce certain behaviors. Also consider any cognitive limitations that might prevent an individual from understanding certain types of symbols. Finally, consider whether the behavior may be used across all environments in the individual's life. Only people familiar with the learner can decide what the best course of action is for him or her. But the Matrix Custom Report offers the opportunity to summarize current performance in great detail and to select specific recommendations for intervention to target each message covered by the Matrix. The Community Forum, Collections, and Shared Science can be invaluable resources for moving from the Matrix assessment to intervention. You can use the Matrix filter to search for specific levels or intents that you would like to target and see related posts which may include video examples, lesson plans, intervention strategies, and questions. You may find a collection that provides guidance for intervention. Check out the Shared Science section to see if there is information about people with the same disorder that your learner experiences.